right? So when I'm here, if he puts his head down, look, I can get the hand in front, but I can't really frame, right? So it's, you know, I can't really do the push away, walk away, or any of that stuff. So I gotta change what I'm gonna do. So watch, this is the way this other move looks, right? Watch. Like that, guys. Now, let me show you how it works. All right, so step one, guys, when we're here, I'm always going to go for the frame, right? But I can't get the frame, so I got to go to my second move. So step one is going to be bridge. See how my hips are bridging off the ground like this? It's going to be bridge, hold, and hook. So here's the bridge. Bridge, hold, it means when I come and I turn and I grab his ribs, I can grab up here by his shoulder. At the same time that I start pulling my right arm in. So it's bridge, hold, pull, hook. Watch, here's the bridge, hold, pull. Here's the pull, my right arm, it pulls out so he's not on top of it. And here's the hook. My left leg comes over and it makes a hook right in between his legs. It's bonus, right? It's bonus if I can take this foot and go like this. Right? You don't have to, but it's bonus. If I can take my left leg and not only hook, but curl behind like this. It's even better. Now, next thing, step two, I'm going to use my rear leg, this right leg, to push up and get to my knees using my head as a base. Here. Now, step three, I'm going to advance my head forward. Right? So see my head, how it's right here? I'm going to advance it in line with his head. Watch. So I hop. So if it was right here, I make little hops on the ground. 1, 2. I'm doing this to lock his arm in there. If you need to tap, just let me know. So look, I'm here. I'm just making everything tighter. Look. 1, 2. Now it's super tight. Now, step 3. Watch what I'm going to do. I'm going to step up with my right leg. I'm going to grab his arm, pin it to my body, step up with my right leg. And I'm going to start using my left shoulder to drive down and my right arm to start pulling up to the ceiling. Like that. It taps him out with the shoulder lock. Now, next step, step 4. I'm going to take this off my head. I'm going to replace my knee in his armpit. All right, see that? So I took it off my head. I replaced my knee in his armpit. And then I'm going to put the seatbelt grip on him. Opposite side. Just like this. Just like a seatbelt would go on in a car. I'm not going to grab like this. And the reason you're going to feel it when you do it, it would be awkward to try to grab like this. There's like not enough room. But here, there's a lot of room to put on the seatbelt. All right? So I put on the seatbelt for step 4. Look at my hook, how it comes in. Because my knee's right there. The hook just comes in. Heels touching. All right? I never want to cross my feet. So just heels touching. Now, next step, step 6. Notice that I have, by the way, I want to fall to my choking side. 2 sides. Choking side, underhook side. Right, the arm that's under his arm is the underhook side. The hand that can actually choke him is the choking side. See, there's nothing in my way of his neck here. On this side, his arm's in my way, right? So watch what I'm going to do. My underhook side does all the work. So watch what happens. My underhook side is going to open his collar. This is all going to be for step 5, right? Underhook side is going to open his collar, turn it upside down. It's a better grip. So it opens the collar, turns it upside down. My choking side comes in, thumb inside, thumb deep, and grabs the collar. So thumb inside, grab the collar. Now the non-choking arm, the underhook side, also then goes across and grabs his other collar. Then what's going to happen is I'm going to get up on, I'm going to loosen it up for him a little bit, but I'm going to get up on my elbow and make sure that I can look into his face. I'm going to put my elbow behind his head. So look, just like this, right? So I'm going to get up on my elbow. My elbow's going all the way back here, right? So if it was here, it's going to get up and go like all the way behind his head. And I'm going to look into him as I choke. I'll explain why later, right? So here, 1, 2, here. And the choke's done at that point, all right? Again, really quick. So, step 1, we're going to bridge, right? We're going to hold and pull our arm. And then we're gonna hook with our leg through his legs. And bonus, like I said guys, bonus, if you can take your foot and hook underneath his leg. It may not always be there, but it's gonna be very beneficial later on. Then, step 2, I'm gonna use my rear leg and I'm gonna push up to my knee, just like this. Put my right hand out for base. And then I'm gonna start hopping my head towards his head. Look, 1, 2, 3, now it's super tight. Okay, now step 3, I'm gonna hold his arm, pin it to my body, just like this, step up with my right leg, and drive his arm to the ceiling while doing a lot of shoulder pressure with my left shoulder on the back of his shoulder like this. Look, taps him out right there. I'm gonna take your arm off, and now, step 4, I'm gonna take my knee, put it in his armpit right here. And then I'm gonna get a seatbelt grip on the other side of my knee. So this is, if I'm on the right side of him, I'm gonna get a seatbelt grip on the left side of him, hold him tight. Now, next step, step 6. I replace my hook right here. I replace my hook. All right, now look, I'm gonna fall to my choking side. My non-choking arm, the unhooked side, is gonna open. My thumb's gonna go deep inside here. My non-choking side is also gonna grab his other collar like this. And I'm gonna take my elbow and put it behind his neck so I can look at his face and start the choke. Now, the common mistakes with this position, thanks dude. Renee, come on, man. Common mistakes with the position that I want you to avoid when you drill it are the following. All right, come over here. Number 1, if I try, you can just sit on your side, right? Number 1, if I try to do like the bridging and everything, but I don't pull my arm out, I will never be able to turn. This arm has to come in. I gotta get the arm out of the way, right? The next thing, when I do this, let's put your leg down. Okay, good. Now, this hook here, you must try to hook it over. We have another move if we can't hook it, but this leg, try to bring it in between his legs, the very minimum. Now, next, if you don't move your head up, if you don't advance your head, and you do this, it may not tap him out. Look, see? But if I move my head up and just tap out when you need to, look. Here, look, now it's super tight. Look how tight that is, right? I didn't even do it and he started tapping out, right? So that head has to move up. That's very important. And then lastly, over here, all right, when I'm here on this side, the reason why we don't just do it like this, 1, 2, and then, it'll tap him out right now, watch, look. We'll see how I move my chest away, all right? It's an old school way of doing it, but the problem is, if Renee takes his hands, grab my elbow, grab my other elbow too, sorry, this one right here. And now as I start moving myself away, he pulls my elbow over his head, look, I'm gone, you right? I don't have the choke anymore. That's why I gotta make sure I come here and I go like that, because then he can't pull it anymore. All right, guys? Great. Any questions?